guys, this is Death Chill, and today I will be giving you my first impression on Pit People. It is an indie action RPG strategy game produced by the Behemoth. Boom, so it's automatically a good game and I don't even need to finish my video. Or do I? Dun dun dun. Nah, but let's find out how it is. So Pit People is in early access, and with that being said, it is still a ton of fun and has hours of content to experience in its current state. The music is really catchy and fits in perfectly with the fun and not so serious theme. I often caught myself humming along or nodding my head, occasionally taking my shirt off, twerking on my desk, making my girlfriend laugh, but not seriously. The humor in this game is top notch and had me smirking and laughing throughout the entire time I played. From enemy names, outrageous items, and the quirky dialogue, this game is meant to be funny and it succeeds in doing so. The narrator is probably one of my favorite parts and the best addition in the game. He is a giant bear that hovers over the world, and his goal is to make your character's life hell and messes with anything he wants to. He will randomly pick up your city, move it elsewhere, or simply just crush little people's houses for the sheer pleasure. I mean, who doesn't want to do that, right? He's a dick and will tear you down emotionally whether you succeed or fail. The graphics are what you would expect from the developers. The world is cartoony, bright, and colorful. It will make you feel right at home with their other titles such as Castle Crashers and Battle Block Theater. So if you like those, you're definitely going to like the feel of this game. It took me roughly 2 hours to complete the main quests that are in the game at the moment, and that is with some random exploring and messing around in the city. There are around 100 side quests in the game right now to keep you busy. The side quests are fun enough, and some offer 3 different stages that get increasingly more difficult. These ones are activated back at the city, and others are random encounters in the game world. You just look around, you find some guy laying, he's got a shark or something in his back, and you gotta help him, or you can just leave him. I mean, you do you, man, you do you, but I'd probably help him, but yeah. Speaking of the map, it has a really bright and colorful aesthetic to it, and this is where you spend a lot of time running around exploring, looking for treasure chests, coins, random quests, and traveling to your main quest objective. It has a Pokemon feel to it. There are random enemies that roam around, and if you get too close, it will send you into battle. At first, I was kind of concerned because there were, a ton of bad guys between me and my quest, and these random encounters start to feel like, filler. But luckily, the developers have added a feature where you can shoot a literal rocket from your Pioneer Day wagon. Every 3 to 5 seconds, that stuns these roaming cycle killers, so you can bypass them if you're in a hurry or just don't feel like attacking 25 guys while you're trying to deliver some mail to an old cupcake war vet. He needs his mail, and he's not gonna like it too much if you're out killing tons of people while he's waiting for his mail. So you get there and you give him his mail. He needs it. So mail delivered and everything, you will want to probably go back to your city. This is where you will find things such as the market, where you can buy gear or mercenaries to help you in your travel. There's also the phone that will allow you to enable online features such as the ability to play with anybody, host a game, or do a trade only. Alright, and then to the pit, which is basically an arena where you can face the AI, do 2v2 PvP with a friend against other online players, or get 4 friends together and do your own 2v2s. This is a great mode to learn from other people's team comps or strategies that you maybe never thought about. You also get daily rewards and other loot from the pit. The city is also home to, your home, and this is where you will gear up your party with armor, weapons, and cosmetics. The menu is a little bit, not hard to use, but kind of annoying at the moment as it takes more time than needed to select items, or you realize you don't have a character selected out of nowhere. Kind of pisses you off, but it isn't a huge deal. It can just be refined to be a little easier to navigate. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that. You can also change your party members for others in storage. You can have up to 6 people in your party, all with unique roles. For example, you can have a huge Cyclops as your tank, a self-mutilating cupcake that heals you. Yeah, that's right. That's right. A butter-throwing range DPS and your typical swordfish-wielding melee DPS. There are different types of weapons such as thrown, bow and arrows, mortar, sword, mace. You get the point. All of these have tons of different skins that are either really cool, funny, or a mix of both. My personal favorite so far is the dodo leg that slaps your foes silly with its dodo leg-like features and whatnot. Alright, now the juicy part. Let's talk about the combat in the game. It is turn-based and attacks can miss, be blocked, or be dodged. Think XCOM, but not anywhere near as bad. The characters have minds of their own. What I mean by this is that you can tell them where to move, but if they are near multiple enemies, they're just gonna go ahead and attack whoever they feel like. So, you want to kill this guy, but he's like, nah, let me just attack his full health tank. Yeah, which is fun. It adds another element to the RNG that everyone loves so much. It is fun, however, and can be strategic, the combat, especially when you start to face a lot of enemies at once or in PvP. If a character dies during combat, you will have to return to your city to get them back. If the entire party dies, well, I'm not so sure because I'm too good and didn't die. Nah, just kidding. But other than that, the arena, I haven't lost my entire party out traveling, mainly because when you're in battle, if your guy's about to die, it seems like you level up and you get your full health back, so I don't know, I just haven't lost my entire party yet. You can put on insane difficulty, which seem to make battles a lot harder, but like I said, leveling up gives you full health, so I can't, I don't know. Different weapon types may have different abilities depending on how far away you are from your enemy, which is pretty cool. Like while wielding Throne, you need one space in between you and a bad guy to throw your axe or french fries, whichever you prefer, and potentially cause a stun. If you are too close, you will just smack them and not get the full effect of the Throne. Another example is with a character named Sophie the Reclutador. She has a net that she can toss on foes that roots them in place for their next turn. This is a really fun mechanic as it switches up gameplay and gives you more options during combat. There are weight limits in the game that will reduce your movement in combat if you're carrying too much, so be careful not to overload your healer with so much gear that he can't escape from certain death. At the end of each battle, you receive loot and possibly a new prisoner. I mean recruit if you had Sophia, rope, and a cage in the battle. Sounds kinky, I know, but there is a real reason other than that to have these items in your possession. In any battle, if you kill everyone and leave whoever you want to recruit alive, then Sophia can capture that character and take them back to the city to have them join your party. This is a fun way to recruit members other than having to buy them. Alright guys, now I'm going to finish off the video with a pros and cons list, starting with the pros. The music is great and it fits along perfectly with the game. The game is full of actual funny humor and will have you laughing and smiling throughout your entire time. It's a great team building game. It was really fun building my character and, making me feel like it's my team. The RPG aspect was really fun, and collecting the loot to upgrade your characters feels really rewarding. The combat is simple to learn but has advanced features to learn and perfect. Get some of the cons. It's really hard for me to think of some that were actually, a con to me, but I listed early access, limited features, stuff like that. It only took me 2 hours to complete the main storyline, a little messing around and exploring and stuff like that, which may turn some people off right now. I did put combat RNG just because there's a lot of haters out there of RNG, and the inventory, menu selection is a little whack at the moment, but I'm sure they'll get that figured out throughout some patches or something like that. But that's about it when it comes to cons. So overall, Pit People may be in early access, but there is still a ton of fun to be had, especially if you have a friend to play with. I would recommend this to those that are seeking to have a few hours of fun and are willing to wait for more content and the actual release of the game sometime this year. I wouldn't recommend to those that are into main story, as there really isn't any to be found at the moment. Alright guys, that's going to do it for my first impression on Pit People. Let me know how you guys felt about it and tell me your thoughts about the game down in the comments below. Once again, this is Death Chill, and I want to thank you all for checking out my video, and I hope to see you again in the future.